Milk? What about milk? What about milk? What about it then?
Over the last decade, milk has become a bit controversial. Some people say it's a necessary and nutritious food, vital for healthy bones. But others say it can cause cancer and lead to an early death. So, who's right?
Cancer.
And why are we drinking it anyway?
I don't drink it. You know what? I think we've seen it before. I'll give it another watch.
Milk is the basis of every mammal's diet after birth when our digestive systems are immature and small. Basically, it's power food to kickstart our body.
Guys, I'm not gonna be a vegan about this, okay? But I feel like a lot of things have milk in it, like milk chocolate, okay? Or some bullshit that have like a little bit of milk. That's fine, I guess. But when it comes down to drinking milk itself, I haven't drank milk in, dude, like I think 8 years.
And help us grow. Milk is rich in fat, vitamins, minerals, and milk sugar, lactose. On top of that, for a while after birth, it also contains antibodies and proteins that protect us from infections and regulate our immune system. But it's a lot of effort for mothers to produce. Eventually, humans stop drinking mother's milk and transition to the diet of their parents.
Cereal, either raw or with water.
This is how it's been for thousands of years. Until about 11,000 years ago, when our ancestors settled down in the first agricultural communities. Soon, they domesticated the first dairy animals, goats, sheep, and cattle.
What?
They found that dairy animals are able...
I'm not even trying to be edgy or like different, dude. Guys.
xQc.
I like chocolate with water instead of milk, okay? I think it's dank. It's even way better than... So then, if it's a cereal that's like normal, okay, I just eat it raw. But if it's a cereal that's like chocolatey cereal, like a Crave double, right? You can eat it with water. Just instead of milk, just water with the fucking because the chocolate taste takes over and it makes it moist and good. It's not even that bad.
Able to eat useless and abundant stuff and turn it into nutritious and tasty food.
It's not.
This made a huge difference in terms of survival, especially in hard times.
Whatever.
So groups that had milk available had an evolutionary advantage. And through natural selection, it changed the genes of communities who consumed a lot of it. This adaptation has to do with a specialized enzyme, lactase. Babies have a lot of it in their system, so they can break down the milk sugar lactose and digest milk easily. But the older we grow, the fewer lactase enzymes our body produces. Worldwide, about 65% of the population do not have the enzyme after infancy, which means they are not able to digest more than about 150 milliliters each day. This lactose intolerance is not spread evenly around the world, though. In some East Asian communities, for example, it's up to 90%. In Northern Europe and North America, the rates are the lowest overall. There are probably a few reasons for this uneven distribution. The trait was first introduced by random mutation, which happened independently of each other in a few populations. The fact that farming replaced hunting and gathering more and more created natural selection pressure. People who were able to digest lactose had more foods at hand, which was an advantage. The migration of dairy farmers to the north then spread it further.
Can't you just substitute whatever's in milk and just get it somewhere else instead?
Which probably pushed back populations there that didn't have the trait. Okay, but if milk has been a valuable part of our diet for thousands of years, why is it so controversial? There are a number of claims regarding the negative and positive health effects of milk. The negative ones cover a wide variety.
26
from brittle bones to cancer and cardiovascular diseases to intolerance and allergies. So how do they hold up? Some older studies found a connection between milk and a high risk of breast, colon and prostate cancer. But meta-analyses found no impact on your cancer risk. On the contrary, the calcium in milk might even have a protective effect against colon cancer.
So which research?
Although this could be calcium in general, it's not clear milk plays a role in this effect. Only studies on prostate cancer showed an increased risk for people who consumed more than 1.25 liters of milk a day. But again, the association is inconsistent and other studies don't find any effect. We discuss these studies in more detail in our sources document. All in all, the research seems to show that if you drink between 100 to 250 milliliters of milk per day, cancer is not a concern.
Chat, guys, isn't there a body that's not political that can take like studies or whatever and have analysis and say, oh, what is your question? Is this good? Okay, well, it's good or not. It does this or not. Why is there not a body that says in the world the real true? Why do I, like this says?
Similarly, meta-analyses could not find any impact from milk or dairy products on your risk of heart disease, stroke, or your total mortality. Some studies even suggested that high blood pressure might be rarer in people who eat a lot of dairy, although the evidence is not strong enough to claim this with confidence. The case gets more complicated though when we look at bones. A number of studies found neither positive nor negative effects for adults. What most people worry most about though are harmful amounts of pesticides, antibiotics or hormones. There are hormones in milk, but only in very low concentrations. For example, to get the same amount of hormones as from the pill, you'd need to drink about 5,000 litres of milk, and even if you did, most hormones would be destroyed by your digestive system before they could affect you. Which is the reason why so much medication is coated, to protect it from our digestion. For pesticides and antibiotics, there are regulations in most parts of the world that only allow completely harmless amounts. Milk that surpasses these thresholds is not allowed to go on the shelf, so there's nothing in particular to worry about.
Fair enough.
Besides allergies and those suffering from lactose intolerances, the best known negative effects of milk are probably acne and general discomfort after drinking milk or eating dairy products. And here, the effects are very real. For example, skimmed milk has been found to statistically increase the rate of acne by 24%. Allergies against milk products are especially prevalent among children, with 1 in 18 kids in Germany suffering from them. In general, these allergies tend to get better or disappear as they grow older though. Okay, is milk healthy then? Milk, no matter if it comes from mothers, cows, sheep, goats or camels, is a nutrient-dense food. It contains all necessary macronutrients and many micronutrients. Especially in regions where people struggle to get enough calories, milk can contribute to a healthy life and lower child mortality. For those living in the developed world, in general, milk is not harmful if you are not allergic or intolerant to it. Especially for children, it's a good way to get large amounts of calcium, and for vegetarians, it's a good source of vitamin B12 and B vitamins in general.
Wait, couldn't you just get vitamins then?
This does not mean there are not other alternatives with the same effect.
Chad, can't you just eat a vitamin then?
You do not need to drink milk to be healthy. Milk is also definitely not a substitute for water. Milk is power food, and the additional calories from drinking a lot of it on a regular basis can contribute to being overweight. Especially flavored milk or chocolate milk is more comparable to beverages like lemonade than a healthy snack. And there's another thing to consider. Milk production has a significant impact on the global climate.
True.
About 33% of cropland is used to feed grazing animals, including dairy cattle. Even though the carbon footprint of dairy products has declined since 1990, dairy production is still responsible for 3% of all greenhouse gas emissions, even more than all aeroplanes combined.
Walter,
milk is a huge industry, and sadly most of its production in factory farms causes incredible suffering.
Wait, that's why all the planes. Then why are we getting mad at fucking Taylor Swift when we should get mad at people who fucking drink milk, man? Dude, then we should try to cancel people who fucking drink milk, these mother suckers.
Cows are impregnated over and over, separated from their young shortly after birth, and slaughtered once their tortured bodies are not productive anymore. We can't ignore that much of the milk we consume stems from an industry that is basically torture and contributes to climate change. What about plant-based milk? In terms of protein levels and nutritional value, only soy milk can compare to cow milk. The others need to be artificially enriched to reach similar levels of vitamins and calcium.
But does that matter
so
though?
they can be an alternative to milk. And another option might be available soon. Several startups have created non-animal milk that is nutritionally identical to dairy milk, for example through fermentation by gene-modified bacteria. This lab-grown milk can even be turned into cheese, something that plant-based alternatives struggle with because they lack casein and whey protein, the key ingredients that give dairy its taste and structure. The environmental impact is a different story though. Many milk alternatives...
Pre-programming puppet channel, no thanks. Why you mad? Bro, I'm pretty sure this sounds like informative. It's like fake. Bro, he links the studies and
Use
shit.
significantly less energy, land, and less water to produce,
Is there any
so they
documents of
have a
metallurgy?
much lower environmental impact than animal milk. If you want to have the lowest possible negative impact on the planet, the best choice is whatever milk alternative is regional. As with almost any topic, milk is complicated. It's not harmful for the majority of the population, and it's crucial for many people around the world. It's good, nutritious food, but also harmful to the planet and causes a lot of suffering. We need to decide as a society how we want to deal with these facts.
Oh. Yeah, I just stopped drinking milk because I just don't like it anymore, that's it. That's literally just it, man. If that causes good, Pac-Man. But I'm not gonna push other people to fucking stop drinking it because of some bullshit. That's kind of how I see it. Oh, I'm not gonna fucking virtue signal on fucking on gas emission and being good for the environment. Okay, I think that's just hypocritical. I think we're all massively hypocritical when it comes down to fucking carbon footprint. I think it's just fucking. We're just major hypocrites when it comes down to it.